think His Holiness Dalai Lama is, since he's a child, he's so much interested in science, science, these things. So he really loved to fix those tries and all these things, machines, tape recorders, these things. So why he's so much interested in science? So then later on he interact with Western philosophers and scientists and these things, dialogue maybe more than 35 or 40 times with psychologists, these things. So he knows that the physical, the external, like science is too much development in those years. But there's something missing there. So he thinks only external development is not efficient for our life to be happy. So he thinks that our inner science, science of mind, right? So loving kindness, these things, is so important to include modern science. Then people will be more happier and more peaceful and more calm. Otherwise, we just focus external things. As Sonam mentioned, that it's not of course, it's so clearly there's many examples like people like millionaire, billionaire, still unhappy person, because they have lack of love, compassion, inner value, inner peace. So that's inner peace, and this only came through practice and realize or recalls or understanding yourself and promoting love, compassion, these things from your side, inner, Otherwise, people will be suffer only running after external developments. So that's why His Holiness Dalai is so important to add those our inner peace or loving kindness, bring this to the Western science, or that if we combine these two, then I think that through this one we can promote our happier society and entire world.
Thank you. So, ở đây là mình nói về khi mà mình nói về lịch sử của ngày xưa của Đức Đạt Lạc Ma thì thầy hồi nhỏ là thích khoa học rồi, cho nên nhưng mà khi mà mình làm thầy có practice, có nghĩa là mình nghiên cứu thêm về những cái đó, thì những về khoa học thì thầy thấy là không có giống như là bản năng của con người, là họ không có cái niềm vui, niềm hạnh phúc là từ trong lòng của mình ra, từ tim mình ra, chứ không phải là theo thời gian. Giống như là hồi nãy là thầy Tenzin đây có nói là có những người họ có tiền, có rất là giàu, tỷ phú, nhưng mà họ không có được vui, họ không có sự bình an trong lòng. Thì ở đây là mình học thêm, là mình học về như là mình như Choesang biết là mình học về cái tâm lý cho mình, như là mình vui như thế nào mà từ ở trong tim mình ra, từ trong lòng mình ra. Thì mình nói dùng cái chữ là từ compassion, là mình phải đam mê, mà đam mê từ cái mình thương yêu cái tình thương của mình như thế nào. So I was trying to translate the word compassion, describe. So for me, compassion is something that comes from the heart. It's kind of like passion, but it has more love. It comes from inside out, that inner peace. So we're talking about inner peace. And thank you so much for sharing that story. And like I'm saying, is there a way, like, right now, since you're both on here, I want to ask, for people who don't have the peace, how do we train to have inner peace? How do they practice to have that kind of peace? Or meditations, does that work?
I think number one, we have to think that since we mother gave us birth, so without mother's care, love and care, we cannot survive. So only mother's kindness, she taking care of us from day one, So she with her love and caring, we survive. So that is, we must realize. So if you realize that how she taking care of us and rest our lovely life, I think if you take that example to other people, are the same, So when you think that if you just think yourself, if you just focus yourself, you won't be happy.
Right.
You know. So when you feel suffering, and also you can think other people, or everybody, every sentient beings or human beings, we are equally same, fundamental, we are same. Everybody wants to happiness, do not want suffering. So for example, if you need to have happy, other people is also need to happy. So if you think that way, it makes you more happy. And also when you are unhappy or suffering, you think wider perspective, think other people. You know, some people are more suffer, more obstacle than yourself. So if you think wider perspective, then your suffering or your what do you call
The pain.
Huh?
The pain.
Yeah, pain is less because you see other people is more suffer than you. Or then you will understand. Oh, my suffering pain is nothing because other people.
Right.
So of course, not just saying that other people is suffering is not good thing, but we have to understand, and then we can kind of wish other people also happy because
Appreciates us.
Yeah, appreciates us. Yes.
Thank you. Thì vừa rồi cho sẽ có hỏi thầy đây là khi mà một người mà không có bình yên thì họ phải làm như thế nào mà có sự bình yên, thì thầy cũng có nói là giống như là khi mà mình tổn thương như thế nào thì mình cũng phải suy nghĩ lại người khác cũng có sự tổn thương, nhiều khi còn to lớn tổn thương của mình nữa. Rồi có những người thì mình phải giống như là mình nhìn lại mình cần gì, và mình coi lại, có xem xét lại có những người họ cần cái sự bình yên hơn mình. Và như mà vừa rồi thì thầy nói là giống như là khi mà mình từ nhỏ tới lớn thì mình có mẹ hay là có ai chăm sóc cho mình, thì cái sự đó là mình cần cái sự tình thương đó, thì người khác họ cũng như mình, họ cũng cần sự tình thương đó. Thì cái bình yên nó nằm ở trong là mình cần cái sự tình thương thì phải đúng là có, nhưng mà nếu mà mình nhìn lại là lúc nào cũng giống như mình phải biết be blessed with what we have. Mình phải biết là mình có những gì mà người khác họ nhiều khi họ còn khổ hơn mình nữa, thì mình phải biết tạ ơn, mình phải biết cảm ơn là những gì mình đã có. Thì I'm thinking of all things that we have to be blessed with what we have. Like you said, we feel the other person's pain, but we also appreciate what we have, and that's why we feel more of peace.
Yeah.
And then, but for people who suffer, we have to learn how to help them.
Yeah.
Right?
That's so important. So when we wake up early morning, so first time I check myself, I can breathe, freely or properly. So once you realize that, you must rejoice yourself. It's so wonderful, so fortunate, because we never know, So it's every morning, every day is our great opportunity, or it's like kind of gift. So we must live happy and trying to help others if we can. We have to help others as much as we can. If we cannot help, we should not harming others. So that's, as you mentioned, that's also important to enjoy ourselves.
So now, do you have anything else to say?
Like Venerable Choesang said that, as you said, that how we become happiness. But if you go to the Buddhist text, like Buddhist psychology, is related with our day-to-day life. How happiness comes from your inner side. We can gain the happiness from the materialistic, but it's limited. You can't gain for everlasting. So like when you learn from the Buddhist psychology, you can learn how to, especially with how to cope with the destructive emotion and like that. Once you learn and practice those destructive emotion, coping with destructive emotion, then you can gain the happiness and calm mind and like that. So these days, most of the youth, we want happiness. We people said that we want happiness, but the path, the way we are going to search the happiness is we search from the materialistic. So that's the, I'm not talking that the materialistic is not important. It's very important for our physical comfort, but in the same way, we have to maintain the what you call balance. with the materialistic and inner value. So it's more important to balance those things. Then only you can, I mean, gain the good quality of human being.
Thank you. Thank you.